Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Gur Mantra Siksha Ka Granth. I am your educator Nidhi Dua and I warmly welcomes you at our platform. So guys, in previous lecture we have started chemical kinetics and this is the part 2 of chemical kinetics. Before starting our today's topic, I would like to tell you about the syllabus that we have covered till now. We have completed structure of atom, periodicity, S block, P block, coordination compounds and electrochemistry. And in today's lecture, we will completed the topic chemical kinetics. Okay. So let's start our today's topic, that is order of reaction. The order of reaction may be defined as the sum of power of concentration terms involved in the rate law expression. All the power of concentration terms of all the product or reactant may be defined as the order of reaction. All the sum of these powers. Order is purely experimental quantity. It may be a whole number, negative, zero or even in fractional value. Now about rate law. The mathematical expression that gives you the true rate of reaction, the mathematical expression that gives you the true speed of a reaction in terms of concentration of reactant, which actually influences the rate, is known as rate law. Now, reactions are classified according to the order of reaction. Means a reaction is said to be first order reaction if only one concentration terms determines the rate of reaction. For example, you have given 2N2O5 which is producing 4NO2 plus O2. If you talk about the rate, R is equals to KN2O5. So this is your first order reaction. A reaction is said to be second order reaction when two concentration terms determine the rate of reaction. And in the case of third order reaction, three concentration terms determine the rate of reaction. Okay, now we are going to discuss two orders of reaction, that is zeroth order, and after that we will discuss the first order reaction. In case of zero order reaction, reaction in which concentration of reactant do not changes with time. For example, if you take this, A is converted into product, minus dA upon dt is equals to K naught A. What is A? A naught A is your concentration. Okay, and what is D? Minus dA upon dt is your rate of reactant of A. Okay, so you can also write like this, dx upon dt, x represents the reactant concentration is equals to K naught A. So this is your rate law. Now if you talk about the rate constant is what? K naught. K is equals to x by t. What is x? X is the concentration and t is the time. If you want to find the rate constant for a particular reaction, you just have to simply divide the concentration by time. You will get the rate constant. Now a very important factor, that is the unit of zeroth order. This is mole liter inverse second inverse. This is very important. Question can be asked directly from you, what is the unit for zero order reaction, and this is mole liter inverse second inverse. Okay. Now if you talk about the half-life for zero order reaction, this is A by 2K. What is A by 2K? A is your concentration while K is your rate constant. If you talk about the graph between rate and concentration, it seems like this. And if you talk about the graph between half-life and concentration, it seems like this. These all are very important formulas in case of zero order reaction. You have to simply memorize this and you will get the memory based question on these formula. Now second is first order reaction. What is first order reaction? Reaction in which the rate of reaction depends only on one concentration, as you have seen previously. You can take an example. A is converted into product. What is the rate for A? A reactant, this will be minus dA upon dt is equals to Ka. Also, you can write like this, dx upon dt is equals to Ka minus x. What is A minus x? A is your initial concentration while x is the concentration at time t. Okay. Now, talking about the rate constant is equals to dx upon A minus x is equals to K dt. Or you can write like this, K is equals to x upon A minus x dt. Okay, this is K, rate constant. Now, unit of first order reaction is second inverse. Half-life of, in case of first order reaction, is 0.693 divided by K. This is also very important. You will get a direct numerical on this formula. Now, a very important thing, if you want to calculate the T3/4 life, and the ratio of T3/4 by T half is always equals to the 2. This is also very important. Now, a very important formula, that is interval formula in case of first order reaction. This formula says K, the rate constant, is always equals to the 2.303 divided by T2 minus T1 log A minus x1 upon A minus x2. What is T2 and T1? T2 and T1 are the two times at which the different concentrations are present. What is A? A is the final concentration or the total concentration, while x1 and x2 are the amounts decomposed up to time T1 and T2, or you can say x1 and x2 are the two concentration present at the time T1 and T2. If we talk about the graph between rate and concentration, between T half and A, between log A and T, the graph seems like this. Okay, you have to memorize these graphs. Also, question can be asked directly on these things, these highlighted points. You have to keep these points in your mind. Okay. Now, a question based on the interval formula. 90% of a first order reaction was completed in 10 hours. When will 99.9% of the reaction complete? You have given that 90% of a first order reaction is completed in 10 hours. You have to calculate the reaction time in which the 99.9% reaction is completed. Okay, let's see the solution for this formula. You have not given the value of rate constant, and you know it very well. For calculating the time, you will require the value of rate constant. So first of all, we will find the value of rate constant. K is equals to 2.303 upon T log A upon A minus X. What is A? A is your 100. Why? Because 90% you have given the concentration, but total concentration is always in 100. So we have written the formula 2.303 divided by 10 log value of A, that is 100, upon A minus X. What is X? X is the concentration that is given, or the initial concentration. We have written A minus X, 100 minus X, that is your 10. After solving this, you will get 2.303 into 10 to the power minus 1 R inverse. Why R inverse? Because this is your first order reaction, and in first order reaction, the unit of K is in time inverse, or you can say second inverse or minute inverse. That's why we have written in here R inverse. Now, for the completion of 99.9%, A is your 100 and X is your 99.9. After writing the formula K1 2.303 upon T log A upon A minus X, what you required? You required to calculate the value of T. That's why you have written here 2.303 divided by K1. You have simply interchanged the values to calculate the time. So time is equals to 2.303 upon K1 log 100 upon 0.1. A is your 100 and X is your A minus X is your 0.1. After solving this question, you will get the answer as 30 hours. So this is the method to solve the question like this. And this is very straightforward question that can be asked in the exam. What you have to do, you have to Simply do this question in 2 steps. First of all, you have to find the value of k. Then after that, you have to simply put the value of k in that formula and find the value of time. Now, the second topic, that is molecularity. If you talk about the molecularity, it is defined as the number of molecules, atoms or radicals that collides simultaneously in order for the reaction to take place. This molecularity is always in a whole number and cannot be in zero or cannot be in a fractional value. Okay. Reactions are always classified in terms of molecularity as unimolecular, bimolecular, trimolecular, etc. Now there are 2 very important points. The order of reaction may involve catalyst and intensity of light. While molecularity and order for the reaction of a complex reaction, a reaction that completes into many steps is known as complex reaction. In that type of complex reaction, molecularity and order of the reaction can be same. Okay. Now, there are the theory of reaction rates. We are going to study about the 2 theories that will tell you about the reaction rate. Number 1 is the collision theory. The points of collision theory are, number 1 is, if 2 molecules are to react together, they must collide with each other. If 2 molecules are going to react, they must collide to form the product. The collision between all molecules never leads to the chemical reaction. Only those collision will result in the chemical reaction in which molecule acquires the energy that is equals to the or greater than the activation energy, and the orientation of molecule is suitable. Now, what is activation energy? The additional energy required by the molecule to attain the threshold energy is known as activation energy. Now, what is threshold energy? Threshold energy is the energy that molecule which is colliding must possess a certain minimum energy. The minimum energy required by a molecule to collide with another molecule is known as threshold energy to make the collision effective, and the additional energy required by the molecule to attain a threshold energy is known as activation energy. So these 2 points are also very important. You have to remember about threshold energy. The minimum energy is known as threshold energy and the additional energy is your activation energy. Okay. So minimum energy is threshold energy and additional energy is activation energy. It is acquired by the molecule as a result of interchange of energy during the collisions. Thus, activation energy is equals to threshold energy minus energy of colliding molecule. This is also very important. Activation energy is equals to minimum energy minus energy of colliding molecule. Second theory is the threshold state theory. The theory is based on the fact that bond formation and bond dissociation involved in a chemical reaction must occur simultaneously or continuously. For a reaction to occur, the reactants having sufficient energy must approach each other to form activated complex. And the energy of activated complex is always higher than that of reactants and products. This is about the threshold state theory. The reactant must cross the energy barrier before converting into product. Now, what is energy barrier? Energy barrier is nothing but it is the energy for the activation. So, this was about the threshold theory. The energy changes during exothermic and endothermic versus the process of reactant or the process of reaction are shown below. These 2 graphs are the most important graph. Number 1 graph is telling you about the exothermic reaction, while number 2 graph is telling you about the endothermic reaction, formation of product and formation of reactant. Okay guys, so this is also very important. You have to keep these graphs in your mind. Okay. Now, the factors that affects the reaction rates. Number 1 factor is concentration of reactant. The rate of reaction increases with the increase in concentration of reactant. Second is the pressure. If the pressure increases, the rate of reaction also increases in case of the gaseous reactant. Now third factor is temperature. If you increases the temperature, the rate of reaction also increases and the rate constant K also increases. Next is the catalyst. A catalyst is the substance which lowers the energy of activation of reaction. The magnitude of energy barrier is reduced in presence of catalyst. Hence, a greater number of reactant molecule can get over the energy barrier, and as a result of reaction or the rate of reaction increases. So, catalyst also helps to increase the rate of reaction. Okay. This was about today's lecture. We have completed the topic chemical kinetics. Now, in case if you are new here at our YouTube channel Gur Mantra Shiksha Ka Granth, please do like, share and subscribe. And if you have any query, you can mail us or contact us. Complete information is given on the screen. Now, if you are preparing for CSIR UGC NET, you can follow Neha Taneja ma'am on Unacademy platform. On Unacademy platform, you will get daily live classes, structural courses, live tests and quizzes, and with one subscription, you will get unlimited access. If you are interested, you can go through with this detailed paid classes. After taking these detailed paid classes, you can use referral code NEHA, that is NEHA. And after using this referral code, you will get 10% discount on total fee. Thank you very much guys. I hope you all liked the video.